What's up, community? It's Coach JT, Positive Vibes Community Group, a nonprofit here in the city of Millville. We're here with the Catching Up with Coach show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in for another exciting show that we have lined up for you. It's going to be a very impactful, in-depth conversation that we're going to have with three women running for school board in the city of Bristol. Impact. They'll be on shortly to explain that. But I know it's been a lot of pain and suffering and uptick in gun violence in our community here in Cumberland County, and I just want to tell everybody, look, we just got to continue to keep our heads on a swivel. We have to continue to rally as community members, community leaders, teachers, coaches, police officers, and we just have to all just continue to work together, parents, and just continue to see what we have to do to continue to chase violence out of our community. And it takes everybody. It doesn't take one leader. It doesn't take one organization. It doesn't take one city. It takes us as a whole in order for us to fix things. So again, I know a lot of times people look to people like myself and say, okay, well, what is JT going to do? What is JT going to say? But it's not up to me as an individual. It's up to us collectively on how we're going to rally against these issues and fix them. Because we have to work together to build a community that is something where our kids can survive and thrive and not have to constantly look over their shoulder just going to the corner store, just trying to go pump gas and just worried about somebody just doing something extreme. It takes us getting together, praying, planning, and being strategic about our approach on how we are going to, cartel this thing. And one thing that I want to share with you is I have a theory. Before you can try to affect the big picture, right? As a community member, you have to first look in the mirror and take a self-evaluation and see what you can do as far as personal accountability first. Then you can begin to branch out. And also, you have to be able to look out your front door, your side windows, your front windows, your back windows, and how are you affecting that right now in your own situation, right? So if you could take an in-depth look at that and say, when I step out my front door, do people know me to be about peace? Do people know me to spread joy? Do people know me to spread love, right? And if you can't answer those questions in a positive way, then you are part of the problem. Who are you affecting yourself and your neighborhood? Like I said, when you look out your front door, are you bringing the issues into the community, right? And if you can't answer that the right way, then you have to figure out how you can make some holistic changes in your life to where you could be a part of the solution and not another person part of the problem. And that's what we have to understand. Because a lot of times when things happen, there becomes a lot of overnight activists and a lot of people want to have something to say, but they are the people participating in the activities themselves, right? Or on the flip side, what I tell people, I have a quote that I live by. Everybody ignores the broken glass on the sidewalk or on the street until it's their foot or their kid's foot that get cut by it, right? So you ignore the issue until it's right there on your front doorstep or it happens in your family, right? And that's the problem that we have. But you can do something about the issues by speaking up, becoming active. Instead of being reactive, be proactive. And just like the glass, all you have to do is see a need, feel a need. Get a broom and a dustpan, sweep it up. Now your foot won't get cut and nobody else's foot will get cut, right? But it's about self-accountability. And it's about leading with love. And that's the one thing that I love about biblical principle, right? It's about love your neighbor as you love yourself. Esteem others higher than yourself, right? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And if everybody lived by that philosophy, you don't necessarily have to be religious. But that's just common sense, right? When I first started out growing up as a young man, I wanted to be a revolutionist. I was very aggressive, angry, and I just felt like, all right, being black, let's just take over the world. Forget the status quo, forget the system as it is. And that's how I was. I was militant. I wanted to be a revolutionist. But when I was a salesman at Sears, there was a white woman that came in. And this changed my whole philosophy. Not saying I didn't have white friends growing up that didn't struggle per se, but it's something that you really don't pay attention to, just based on being young and not really understanding the world. But when I was a salesman and the lady came in and she was crying, right? And I said, "Why are you crying, man?" She said, "Well, I've been getting all these letters from the the city of Holland." This was like maybe 17 years ago now. And she was saying, "I have to cut my grass, but now I have to get a lawnmower so I don't keep getting fined." And she said, "I had to decide between getting this lawnmower right now and feeding my children," right? So I'm like, wow, I didn't think white people had those issues. And that became a thing that struck me in a reality where I said, wow, we're all out here trying to survive and live. So it changed my whole revolutionist mindset to everybody want to be safe, everybody want to eat, and everybody wants shelter. That's just a human condition, right? And we have to work together to make sure that our brothers and sisters, regardless of their ethnic background, religion, sexual orientation, have something to eat. You see what I'm saying? Have shelter. And once we take that on as a human family, that's how we can continue to heal things. You know what I'm saying? It takes a little bit of humility instead of us looking down on people and saying, well, you're only in front of this store asking for this because you made poor life decisions. That may very well be true, but that can very easily be our child one day. That could be one paycheck from us being in front of the store one day. You never know when you may have to ask for help. And if we just show a little bit more compassion, I really do believe we can start changing the minds of our kids, changing the minds of ourselves, and we can really start to take back our communities for positivity, right? And God has given us all a measure of faith, the Bible says. Everybody has some type of gift, a talent, to where you can improve things and make the life better for everybody. And before we go to break, I'll leave you with this. God is not going to do what he has empowered mankind to do for one another, right? Yeah, God can come down from heaven and make everything right. That's my faith. That's what I believe. But he has given it to us to do it, to be his eyes, his ears, his heart, his hands, his feet, so that we can do for one another, right? And that's why the Bible says, charge those who are rich in this world with much responsibility so they don't become big-headed. So if you start giving back to your brothers and sisters, it'll be hard for you to become arrogant and cocky because you understand and remember where you come from. And you only know that it's up to God to give the increase. So it's better to give than to receive. And as long as we keep looking at our young people like that and looking at our community like that, then we can look past the little things that cause differences between us and just understand. Let's show a little bit of mercy. Let's show a little bit of grace. Let's show some understanding. Let's show some long suffering. And that's how we'll win our young people back. All right, we'll be back with more of the Catching Up with Coach show after these messages with the positive highlight segment with Impact. Make sure you stay tuned in.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Many people treat their health like a game. With Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Just select from our specialties and schedule online, by phone, or on our app. Our entire team communicates with one another, so everyone works together on your total health. Plus, we make it even easier with all of these additional benefits. Level up your health with us. Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
There's a lot of books that our children read. There's even more our children are taught from in schools. Do Do you know what's in those books? Do you know what your children are being taught? What if it's something contrary to the Bible and what you believe? It's time to check and speak up to make sure what your children are being taught agrees with the Bible.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Many people treat their health like a game. With Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Just select from our specialties and schedule online, by phone, or on our app. Our entire team communicates with one another, so everyone works together on your total health. Plus, we make it even easier with all of these additional benefits. Level up your health with us. Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
There's a lot of books that our children read. There's even more our children are taught from in schools. Do you know what's in those books? Do you know what your children are being taught? What if it's something contrary to the Bible and what you believe? It's time to check and speak up to make sure what your children are being taught agrees with the Bible.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Many people treat their health like a game. With Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Just select from our specialties and schedule online, by phone, or on our app. Our entire team communicates with one another, so everyone works together on your total health. Plus, we make it even easier with all of these additional benefits. Level up your health with us. Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
There's a lot of books that our children read. There's even more our children are taught from in schools. Do you know what's in those books? Do you know what your children are being taught? What if it's something contrary to the Bible and what you believe? It's time to check and speak up to make sure what your children are being taught agrees with the Bible.
At Mintz.
What's up, everybody? We back with the Catching Up with Coach show. We have our positive highlights segment here. We're going to be doing a special interview with Impact, running for school board, City of Bridgeton. So we're going to start on the end here with Danita. Let the people know a little bit about yourself.
Well, hello, everybody. My name is Demita White Morris. I am running for school board number 5 on the ballot. I am a resident from Bridgeton. I graduated from Bridgeton in 2002. I still live there. I work for Bridgeton Public Schools for about 15 years now. I am the director for early childhood education. So, I'm all about the kids. I'm all about educating them and helping them from the bottom to the top and from the top to the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Dion Edwards, and I'm being reelected, trying to be reelected for school board. Been on the board for 3 years. Came on in 2021. I'm number 2. Also, I just want to keep the work going that we've been doing. I want everything to go about the same way. Also, I work at Inspira. I do scheduling there. I talk to patients all day. I'm about helping people. I'm very patient. If it wasn't for my patients, I'll go crazy. And with that patience, you got to have a big heart as well when you're on the school board. And I'm passionate about the kids. I'm from Bridgeton, born and raised Bridgeton, went to Indian Avenue School, all the way up to Bridgeton High School, and I'm a graduate of 93.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I am Marquita Taylor. Some people know me as Kike. Just for a little note, my name is Marquita Taylor on the ballot. Kiki Taylor and Marquita Taylor are used interchangeably. They are the same people. If you vote for Marquita Taylor, you are voting for Kiki Taylor, okay? I'm also born and raised in Bridgeton by way of Goodtown. Shout out to Goodtown. Yep. I am a realtor. I help people buy, sell, invest. I do property management. That's my passion. I'm a mother. I have 3 kids. My oldest is 23. He's a Bridgeton graduate as well. My middle boy is 19, also a Bridgeton graduate. And I have a 15. How old is this, Joey?
Yeah, she's 15.
15. I have a 15-year-old, and she goes to CC Tech. And I am a current school board member looking for re-election, so I am number 4 on the ballot. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Excellent. So, with that being said, why run? Why do you feel the importance? I know you said both of you are running for re-election. Mm-hmm. So, what is the importance of being on the school board?
Let me take that.
I'll go ahead. So, back in 2021, I was approached and asked about it, and I thought, oh no. But then at the same time, this is where I'm from. This is my community, and I'm a parent. My kids went to Bridgeton, and I can remember things that I wish that I complained about. That I would go to the principal, I would complain. Instead of complaining, why not do something about it and be on the board and make things happen and fix it? Instead of talking about it all the time, do something about it. Exactly. And that's what I want to do. And that's what I've been doing. And that's why you need a team to come together so that we can make things, upgrade things, make sure our kids have the opportunities that they need.
Awesome.
Okay?
Good stuff.
I second that what Dion said. I also had my own experiences when my son was in Bridgeton. And I joined the board in 2020.
Was it
2? I joined in 2022, and I just wanted to make a positive impact, on my community. I come with a different approach than some of the other board members because I do have kids. I am from the community. My kids actually went through the district. Very relatable. I think I have a good understanding of what our parents and our children need. And I just want to be on the board to help support that and keep that going. We've done a lot. We have a team on the board. We support each other. And we all have a common goal, and that is to move the district forward.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I'm not on the board. I come to the table with a different perspective. I worked for the district for about 15 years. And in reality, I don't work with them now. I don't work for them. I work with them. So I know what is needed on the other side for the staff, for the programming, for the students, for the resources, and how we need to work together. As a parent, I too was a parent. As a student, I shared many conversations with parents that had issues, but they didn't know how to speak up. Staff, I've represented them in the union when they made a mistake or somebody disrespected them or they said something inappropriate. Now you have a grievance against you. People know how to manipulate our students and our staff, and we need somebody that's really going to speak up when things come to the board agenda that needs to be approved. Well, what are we doing this? Why are we doing that? Maybe, hopefully, I can help answer some of those questions. When I worked in the district, I was on every committee. I've represented Bridgeton and Cumberland County as the ESP Professional of the Year. I've represented educational support professionals, not just here in Cumberland County, not just here in New Jersey, but across this country. I have sat on the committee for the National Education Association. I have served on about 5 to 6 committees for the New Jersey Education Association. I was the first vice president for the county, Cumberland County Education Associations. I served several titles in my local. So I'm coming to the table with that information and saying, okay, y'all, how can we work together? I'm looking to bring the resources from all those committees and organizations that I've served with to Bridgeton. I've always said, growing up, nothing good comes out of Bridgeton. Babies, welfare, no. Look at us right here, all of us on this stage, in this community. There is greatness that comes out of Bridgeton. And we need people to know that. We need people to understand we're not just producing football players, basketball players, athletes. We are producing doctors, lawyers. Demetra Katad. She is the first African-American Superior Court. I'm always trying to send her up there with Katanji.
She's on her way.
But she came from Bridgeton, the projects, Bridgeton High School. Look at the Dominic. We'll look at him. He left here. He graduated from Bridgeton. He went to the NFL. He came back to Bridgeton. And he's taking us to the playoffs. I'm like, okay, do your thing. So there is greatness that comes out of Bridgeton, and I want people to know that, not just us here that's talking, but people across this country. I want us to bring in new, innovative equipment that our kids can use, and we're just as good as Cherry Hill, West Hampton, Essex County, all of the county where they're pouring millions and millions of dollars. Bridgeton is better. Because we come from a better crop down here in the agriculture area that's really going to make a difference, not just for this area, but for the country. So this is why I'm running.
Good stuff. So IMPACT is an acronym, right?
Yes.
And you know what it stands for? Can you explain?
Go ahead. Go ahead. We were named by someone. We were named by someone.
We all put our minds together and came up with IMPACT. We just been making impact. So it's just we are impactful Black women out here trying to make an impact on the community. It is an acronym, however, I don't remember what it was.
I'm about to tell you what it is.
But we're going to find out because we named ourselves. It was way back in July or August.
July. After we did our petition.
But we're trying to make an impact on this community in this school district.
That's how we started. That's how we started with impact.
So go ahead.
So Team Impact stands for Inspiring Minds, Promoting Achievement, Creativity, and Teamwork.
Awesome.
Team Impact.
Teamwork.
I like
I
that.
didn't know that.
We knew that.
We did know that.
We just didn't expect
You asked us
to
that.
have to remember right now.
That's
Okay.
That's good stuff. With being Black excellent women yourselves, right? Even I see it in coaching and mentoring in the community. A lot of our young Black girls have an issue with confidence and understanding their place. And I know a lot of times the culture kind of shun them, even in commercials and even down to the dolls in the store. So how can we help our young ladies see the excellence within themselves versus what the culture shows them?
I would say the first thing is as Black women, because of everything that you just named, we need to surround ourselves with people who are going to lift us up, right? Too often we make ourselves feel like our friends are our competition, and it's not like that. Dion is not my competition.
Don't
Demita
do
is
that.
not my competition.
We can't do that.
Now, these are people who are amazing women, and there's
As you
something
are,
about
too.
both of them that may uplift me and may push me to want to be better, but I would never view them as my competition. So I would definitely emphasize, be mindful of who you surround yourself with. These little girls growing up, they need mentors. They need to see Black women, or not even Black women, they need to see women, period, who are doing positive things, who, they can look at and say, you know what, I can do that. If she's doing it, I know I can do that. Like Demita mentioned, we have judges, we have doctors, we have lawyers. Like, we are out here, we are making positive impacts, and we are making groundbreaking moves in this country.
That's right.
So they just need to see that, in my opinion.
I think the girls, they need to know, when I tell my girls, and the way I was raised, to respect yourself. Respect yourself. If you respect yourself, you're going to get respect back.
Yeah.
Okay? You carry yourself a certain way, you wear something a certain way, you're going to be treated that way.
Yeah.
I demand respect. So I think my girls do too. And make sure you're confident when you're walking and when you're doing and when you're talking.
Big time.
And I do say that to them. Speak up, look up. I am kind of like laid back, shy, or whatever. I'm not really shy. Yeah. When I get comfortable, I will run my mouth. So, like I tell my girls, or me, myself, and how I was raised, or any young girl, please respect yourself, baby girl. You're beautiful. You got to put that in their minds. You got to put that in their head, because they are beautiful. Making them feel good, making them feel confident. You got that confidence, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want. Not everything you want, but that's my thing with your girls. Respect yourself, because you're going to get that back from a man. And fathers, mothers, be there with your girls. Be there with those girls. My husband always says, when they start dating and everything, my husband spools our girls, and he gonna buy them whatever. So when that dude come around,
Just don't come around.
you know what? If he want to take you
Don't
to the
come around.
movies, or he gonna do this or whatever, my dad can do that too. You ain't showing me nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I can do it myself as well.
Exactly.
I feel as though a girl needs to learn how to be independent. Also, be able to carry your own, hold your own, get your own stuff. Don't depend on. Well, I was raised. Don't depend on no man. But when you are a team, as a woman and a husband, a wife and a husband, and you're a team together, he working, you working, you can become powerful when you guys are together. Remember that, girls. Choose the right partner for yourself. If not, you be a boss.
Nice.
Of course, after you go to school, graduate,
Yes,
get your
you need
education.
Yes, please
After
get a
grad school,
Yes.
then we can start,
Yeah, I'm like, be a boss.
Demita.
We need to show up for them. Support them. Let them know that they are not alone. Let them know that they matter. There's so many of our girls who are broken because they come from broken homes. Their mothers are broken. And we have to be that example, that role model. We have to show up more than at a sporting event, but show up to parent-teacher conference. Show up to academic excellence. Show up to the school concert. Just show up to the schools. We've got to be there because we know some of their parents can't be there.
Yeah.
Some of their parents are working, and they're working very hard. Like I heard you earlier say, the lady had to determine on buying a lawnmower versus dinner. I know what it's like because I've been in these houses as an attendance officer. I know what our kids are facing. So being there for them, no matter what your title is, just a member of the community, start showing up and letting them know that you care for them. And then for us, as the intelligent Black women that we are, we have to represent. Like, we have to start leading on each other, supporting each other. Like, for example, last night, Erica Mosley, who also sits on the school board, she spoke. Jack and Jill International and the Links had a women's forum for all black women throughout the state of New Jersey.
Right.
We have to start bringing our kids to that.
Yeah.
You know, when it's election time or any time, bring your kids out, expose them. Let your kids go. My girlfriend, she lets her daughter comes with my daughters, and them three think they the boss.
Wow.
Out here knocking on doors, hanging up signs, and just love on them. We've gone, somebody loved on us, somebody taught us. So we have to pass that down. And not just to our children, but our neighbors' children. You know, it takes a village.
That's right.
And we have to get out of our own way so that our babies can have what they need. Whatever my issue is with you and your issue is with me, allow that to be, but not take it out on our children, because our children is our future, and they need us more so now than they've ever done before. Because, I mean, we see all the violence that's going on. Moms and dads are being taken away like that.
Yeah.
You know, I look at my classmate, Bonnie. She's got 5 babies. I went to school with her, and her kids came to the school where I worked at. We gotta really come together, unite. It doesn't matter what color you are, because when we die, when we get cut, I'm sorry, we all are bleeding red.
Yeah.
So we need to, like you said, extend that hand, do unto others as you want done unto you. And that Girl Scout philosophy, we gonna come here and leave it better than we found it.
That's right. Exactly. I agree. Yeah, because it's definitely needed as far as togetherness. You know, that sense of community, of feeling as though you belong to something, a team. And what happens where we fall short in positivity is I feel as though we lack urgency. You know, the streets are urgent. They need numbers. You know, kids go walking back and forth to school, they getting jumped. So eventually they like, all right, instead of me getting jumped, I can get a crew. And we lay back like, oh, tomorrow. And then before you know it, we got all these issues that we got to try to mobilize together to fix.
Right.
When, you know, we just look at the urgency of now, like Martin Luther King said, I think we can really fix a lot of things. You know what I mean? So with the school board, I know Millville has been doing a good job of reaching out to me lately and getting me involved more in the schools and coming up with some planning to try to help out a little bit more from a community point of view. How can we partner the schools and the parents and everybody together a little bit more? Because there's impactful people out here like Coach Dom that coach like on the midget league level, but they're not really connected with the schools, but they have influence. And sometimes when they try to come and get involved, you know, there's like a lot of red tape between the schools, which is rightfully so. But I think sometimes it's overkill to the point where it's like it causes more harm than good.
Yeah.
So how can we kind of fix some of that, partner more with the community and schools?
We just look through that.
Yeah, I would say definitely show up to the board meetings, because there are a lot of really good programs that are grassroots programs that we just, you know, a lot of times the school board isn't even aware of, and we don't really find out until people come in and, you know, give us a synopsis of what it is that they're offering to the community.
Nice.
But we're all for mentorships. You know, I know, what is his name? Mentor on the Green.
Oh, Cooper.
Coop, yeah,
James.
Cooper has Mentor on the Green, which is something that's different. We never really had a golf I don't think we've ever had.
We have golf, but you know,
No, not
like that. Not like that.
Yeah,
but
we've
I
never
think
had
that's
a golf
really
program.
positive.
Not even, we don't see too many black and brown kids in this area. They probably never even picked up a golf club, you know. So I thought that was a really, really dope program that he was offering. But like I said, show up to the board meetings, reach out to the board members. One thing about us is we're all easily accessible. You know, you can always
Come up to us.
call
very,
me, you know, hit me up on Facebook, and I'm very responsive. We all are. And if it's something that benefits our community, benefits our students, you know, we're always going to support that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
try to help you. If I can't help you, I'm gonna find somebody who can help you. That's my answer. I'm like, well, let me find out. I'm gonna find out what I can for you. And if I can, let me reach out to such and such. I know this person. It's all about the connect.
And there's never enough. I mean, I would say there's never too many mentorship programs.
Not.
You know, I hear people say that a lot. Oh, well, this person has this and this person has that. I forget what the numbers were that somebody put on Facebook, but we have a lot of kids in Cumberland County. There is room for everybody's program. Your program, and really shout out to you because you do a lot, like this unsung hero. Like you really do a lot for the kids in the community, and really big ups to you. Love to see that. But like I was saying, there's never enough programs for the amount of kids that we had. There's room for everybody. Let's get together, let's make it happen, and let's be there to support our kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because filling in the gap is so important.
Yeah.
Like, people ask me where I get some of my drive from, and I always tell people it's paying it forward.
Yeah.
To where my dad couldn't be there, or my mom at times, I had aunts and uncles that filled in. Right, so my grandparents, I was exposed to golf as a kid, just wanted to tag along with my grandpa. It was one of his hobbies. My aunts and a couple of my older cousins were big into tennis, you know, so we did tennis as a kid. And it's just things that you were able to weigh against other things. Oh, I like that, I don't like that.
Right.
Just the options,
Yes.
exposure.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then paying it forward and filling in the gap where my uncles could have said, well, it's not my responsibility.
Right.
And, well, his mom and dad should do that. But they took it upon themselves to say, all right, Neff, come on, let's go. Let's go hiking. You know, let's go hunting. Let's do something. You know what I mean? And that kept us occupied to a certain extent.
And that's what we need to lose. We need to lose that mentality that it's not my responsibility mentality, because it is.
Yeah.
You know? And one thing that I had growing up is I was everybody's responsibility. You know, when I was in Amity Heights, I was the parents in the green doors responsibility, the purple doors responsibility. On Gould Town, I was the entire Longview Drive responsibility, Kings and Warden. We need really. If I did something wrong, I was checked next door or the next block over.
Yes, in your business. Everybody needs to be in everybody business these days.
Especially these kids.
Seriously, because I know I had a snitch all the time. It's gold. And I'm on the other street doing whatever I'm doing as a child, playing and doing it. She like, I'm gonna tell Elvin. I'm like, how she know my grandpa? Like, really? Yeah. And then I go home and Miss Goldsboro done told me. I'm like, oh.
Miss Goldsboro told them both of
All
us.
right. That's what we need. We need Miss Goldsboro and them to come back, sit on the porch, please, and get in our business.
Yeah, that sense of community. I feel like it broke down a little bit, and that's something that definitely needs to be patched back together. And we all, you know, collectively, we all need to figure it out and pay it forward, and just try to be there for each other. You know,
I think we try as a community as well, our age group, with the mentors and mentorships that we have, and working together. We just have to. I think most of our problems are that I do see sometimes is competition.
Yeah.
That's something that we need to squash and get rid of, because we really can do the most and become really big if we just squash the competition.
That's right.
You know?
That's the truth. Totally agree. Because a lot of people don't understand how complex a mind is. Like, I went through so many different stages of my life. Just sometimes, you know, just getting in your own way, just thinking, having your own philosophies. And people don't understand. It took me until, like, I was like 17. There was always seeds being planted. But I went from wanting to be a gangster, revolutionist. But there was always somebody in my ear, like y'all said, either telling on you, checking you, saying I'm praying for you. So there was so many times you tried to hide, and somebody's like, I love you. I don't care that you're mad. You know? And then over time, it broke me down. It took me a while until I was like 17, and I said, you know what, maybe I don't have to be like this, you know? But it took a long time. If they would have gave up, I say when I was 12, and just said, nah, it's too much of a hard case. But it took a long time for me to finally say, let me try something different. You know, let me change my mind a little bit. And that's kind of like how I take an approach with some of the kids too.
Yeah, that's what they need. They need someone to consistently be on them and, like you said, somebody just to tell you, hey, I love you.
Yeah.
I'm praying for you. We're missing that, especially with, girls and boys alike need that. It's definitely comforting and it definitely makes a difference. But especially with our young boys, they need that. My friend Erica and I, we always have these conversations about, the way we were raised up and raising our kids. And one day she asked me, she said, what made you so different? And I'm like, what do you mean? Well, you had it hard growing up and you were poor like the rest of us. Why is your kids different from their counterparts, the people that they grew up with? Why didn't they take the route of, being in gangs, going to jail, and instead going to college, graduating, getting jobs, becoming productive members in the community? And at first, I didn't have an answer for it. I'm just like, well, I was on my kids, I chastised them. But then when I really thought about it, I had that community. Where I lived at, their aunt lived directly across the street. Wow. Their uncle lived on this side of me. Their cousin, who was like an uncle, lived that way. The great aunt lived around the corner. So everywhere they turned, it was love there. It was love there. It was support there. And if needed, you were going to get chastised there. You were held accountable there. And I think that that's what these kids need. Every corner they turn, Dion need to be there in one corner. I need to be there. You need to be there. Demita. They need to have somebody that's going to love them, hold them accountable, and be there for them. Other than that, we're going nowhere fast.
I like that.
But you also got to help hold the parents accountable. You got to love on the parents, because that's one of the things that, from the world of education, and my perspective, is that we want to make these parents do what we want them to do, but we're not understanding what they're going through, what their ACEs is, what their trauma is, what their daily struggles are. And instead of wanting to be so on a punitive, bossy side, be on a more loving and caring side. And then you'll get the parents to give you what you want and to support you on what you need. Then in turn, they're able to support their children. So it's a all or nothing approach. And that's one of the things that we need. And I always say we need representation on all levels, from the top to the bottom and the bottom to the top, because what I've realized is that the top executes. The middle just relays and execute, but the bottom, they're the ones who are doing the work. They're struggling and they're trying to make it. And then where's their support? Where's their love? And then this is why we have the society that we have, because now we're no longer thinking about each other, we're thinking about self. So we've got the division in the programs, and you think your program is better than mine. We got the division in the community because you think you live over here, you better than me. We've got this division across because you in this position and I'm not in this position, and I want this and you got this and I need no. It's enough for all of us to have.
Exactly.
But we've got to get out of our own way, and we've got to come together, and we've got to speak our truth. And not just our truth because we want to be with the status quo. No, speak the truth of reality, because ain't none of us dead.
Exactly.
The village raised us, and we are all sitting here doing something productive. So it's not going to kill us.
Exactly.
But we really need to start educating on everything that's out there.
Agreed.
Agreed. So, from your point of view, with the last question, how can we make the community better?
One step at a time. We've got to lead by example. I believe, I've always say, I do what I do to let my students know I'm from here. I was a teenage mom. Thank you, Jesus, hallelujah, for my parents. But I didn't make all the right decisions. There's certain people that like to remind people I was a little thug. But there was somebody that was at an after-school program, a counselor, or something that said, no. She's going to turn it around. We're going to work with her. So for me, thank you. I appreciate all of you all. That's why I'm here today. But that's what we need to do. And some of this money that we're wasting or focusing in other areas that's not important, let's take it and put it somewhere important.
Yeah.
Better yet, how about we stop talking about, can you pay me? How much can you pay me? Like, come on and volunteer your time, because I know you got a skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those of us that are in leadership, we got to reach down and pull some people with us and pull some stuff out of them,
Yeah.
because we all grew up here together.
That's right.
We didn't did some other stuff. If we was out here in these streets hustling, we'll take us with them that way.
Yeah.
But those of us who's really trying to do good, we gotta say, all right, D, come on, I gotta take you to this event. Come on, Marquita, I gotta take you here, so you can learn, so your network can grow, so that you can continue to do all of the positive things that God has for you to do, and not get caught up in the foolishness.
Yes.
Exactly. Wow. Good stuff.
I guess to how we can make our community better. I think we have to support our parents with our kids. I can remember times when I didn't know what to do with my child at a time when she was cutting up or she was going through something with speech. Remember I was talking to you about that? And she couldn't really talk real well. And I thought, well, what can I do? So the school helped me with speech therapy, and things like that, because a parent doesn't know what to do. I'm the first time to be a mom, and who knows how to be a mom? There's no book about this.
Yeah.
Or be a parent. So with the schools helping the parents, please help them, because you get frustrated.
Yeah.
You don't know what to do. What's wrong with my child? They're the educator,
Yeah.
and sent home, papers, and I come to find out that her hearing wasn't right.
Wow.
So I didn't know it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not. They told me, take her to get hearing done. Kind of find out her hearing ain't right. That's why she can't talk good.
Wow.
And she was like 6 years old at the time. So never knew. But like I said, we need to support our parents, teachers, neighborhood, community, whatever we got to do, come together to help these kids. Like I said, all these leaders in this whole town, in this whole community,
Yeah.
we all need to come together better. You know.
Agree.
I would agree with everything that both Deanna and Demita said. I would only add that we need to meet them where they are. Sometimes, and I went through this myself, being a young mom and raising kids and managing a household. I had a lot of pride. I was too prideful to come to you and say, John, I need you. I need your help. I need you for my boys. Or Dion, I need you. I need your help.
Yeah.
I need a hug, or I need you to pray for me. Let's pray together.
Yeah.
I was too prideful for that.
Wow.
And to Demita's point, I was that one who got in my own way until finally, you break down so much. Only thing you can do is figure it out and get it together, try to get help. And luckily, I did have that support system. But definitely meeting people where they are, being a resource for people. Our community definitely,
Support
we
each other.
struggle from trauma, and
Yes.
and we don't acknowledge it. And I think that's one of the worst things that we can do is not acknowledge it, be in denial. We suffer from mental health issues and don't even know it.
Yeah.
A lot of times,
Yeah.
undiagnosed. We need resources. We need people to. We need to dump those resources into people who suffer from trauma. We had a lot of shootings going on.
Yeah.
Those kids need us.
Yeah.
Those kids they're going to be traumatized.
Yeah.
They need help. They need mental health support. They need love. They're going to need it all.
Even the parents
And
need
we
help.
need to be we
with
need
the
to
trauma.
be there
Yeah.
to support them with that. And I think only then, until we get it together and start getting the resources that we need, and being there for the children, the parents, meeting them where they are. That's what we need
Yeah, we
to
gotta
make
work
make the
together.
community better, in my opinion.
Put people in the right places that want to help.
Yeah.
All
Yes,
right.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and
Definitely.
it's on the same mindset.
Yeah.
Right?
So true.
That's that team.
It's that team
You
impact,
know.
right?
We all, that's that team impact. We all don't we all can have different perspectives.
Yeah.
We bicker a lot, but we're passionate
About
That's
the same thing.
We're all passionate about the same thing, but I may think that we need to go this route. She may think this. She may think that. And somehow we all make it work. Because one thing that we share together is our community, our kids. That is what we are here for, so.
Yeah, we might have our little mess, but we come right back to the middle.
That's what sisters do.
We come right back to the middle because this is the purpose of why we're here.
Exactly.
But I think what we need to do also is share our story, have more platforms like this.
Right.
And many a times what I see is that we are always talking to the same people.
Yep.
Everybody know about Martin Luther King. Everybody know about Rosa Parks. But do y'all know who Claudette Calvin is?
Girl, tell me.
She was actually the first woman to sit on the bus. It wasn't Rosa Parks. But because she was a teenager and she was pregnant, they did not want, the NAACP did not want her to be the face. So they chose Rosa Parks, and she was darker skinned. Like, we need to get back into telling our history, knowing where we come from, and knowing that we are way more than slavery.
Yep.
Yes.
We derive from kings, queens, pharaohs, pharaohs, mathematicians, educators. Like, that is who we are.
That's true.
And we got to own that, but we can't own it because we don't know it. And we got to, as parents, stop cussing at our children. Know the names that we are naming our kids, because the Bible says that the power of life and death is in the tongue. And you naming your child something, and then you wondering why you going through all the hell you going through. Look at what you're calling them.
Exactly.
So we got to start helping each other, educating each other, and again, just taking each other wherever it is that we're trying to go.
Right.
And then we also, on the flip side, have to come with an open mind.
Yeah.
Awesome.
People have to trust us. I don't show up just for election time.
Right.
They don't show up just for election time. There's all kinds of pictures on different people's social media and on the school page where board members are there. We need that. Come have a conversation with them. Don't be afraid, because we all are people.
Yep.
And God sends people to a place for a reason and a season. And maybe it's just, if we're in the room together, that's our reason. Y'all come and tell us what we need to do to help change the season.
Right.
So that's how we got to start working. And, I'm always going to say, come on, sugar, what you need?
That's the truth. Yeah. Well, I want the teachers, the staff of our district to be comfortable to come see us. And they are. I feel that.
say
When I
that for the
first
most part, they
started, it was like it was. And I thought, wow, what's wrong? Hey, how you doing? My name's Deion Edwards. I'm a board member.
Right.
How are you?
We are just another support system.
Yeah.
We are
Yes,
there
please tell
to
me what's going on so I can help you. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you.
Right.
I want the teachers to be happy, because I need you to be happy so you can teach these kids and help us.
Right.
That's what I'm here for. That's it. That's all I know. That's what I want to do.
Wow.
And for the most part, I've been seeing that teachers and students and parents, they've all been comfortable coming to us and bringing their concerns to us, or even bringing, praise. When somebody, it's not always bad.
Nope.
If they see us making a difference and they see positive changes happening, they come and let us know. And that's how we know where we need our gauge to be.
like-
Do we need to pull back from here and focus on here, or focus on there and pull back here? We're just here to support and make a positive, impactful.
Yeah.
Just be a positive impact. We're just another network for them to come to.
Yeah. When you hear, I don't know, when you hear them say something good, like, I have been like you get frustrated when you get on a board of some sort.
Oh yeah.
Because you got all these different personalities. So yeah, you will get to that point. But then it feels good when you in the school district or going to events, and then a teacher or a principal comes up to you and you're like, I'm so happy these bathrooms is clean. Or, the school was looking nice and the morale is going up and attendance is going up. I was just at the high school this week. I saw our principal, Ekmeyer, and he told me how the attendance is doing good and better than last year. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When you hear things like that of improvement, I feel like you got the right people on board to make things happen.
Yeah.
So that they're happy.
Exactly. Great. So let the people know where they can find you at.
Where they can find me at doing what? Where?
Facebook.
Oh,
All right.
Instagram.
I was like, well, I'm in
don't come to
Bridgeton.
the right. You know what? We all live in Bridgeton. We're
We're
running
in
for Bridgeton
Bridgeton.
School Board.
Yeah.
We do have a Facebook page. It is Bridgeton School Board candidates
Candidates.
for Bridgeton School
Yeah.
Board on Facebook.
Yes, we are.
You can like us, share us, check out our bios. It's on there. Some cute pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And again, not just talking about it. You got the evidence in the pictures that we do it. I have a Instagram page that I post stuff on too. How about you, ladies? Do you have another page?
Yeah, I have, like she said, Bridgeton School Board
Well,
Candidates
I don't know if I
2024.
wanna
You can
say.
find us all. That's where we put most of our
Information
Information
to follow us and
on
see
that
what we've
page.
been doing since the summer.
yeah, something
You know,
like that.
pretty
It's
much.
pretty new.
It's new, and you can follow us and see what we're up to and what's going on with the district. Also, you know, we'll put something about what we're doing
Right.
or the campaign wise.
And my personal page is Vote Marquita Taylor. That is my personal Facebook page. My IG is Marquita_the_realtor. You can find me there as well. So if you want to reach out to me, most people, honestly, half of Bridgeton, if not all of Bridgeton, has my cell phone number. Okay, call me, shoot me a text, shoot me a message, a DM, whatever. I'm always responsive. I'm here for whatever, whether it's the community, whether you want to buy, sell, rent, or invest in real estate. Free promo.
Trying to find somebody to live somewhere, she gonna find it for you.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I'm an all-around girl. I'm from the community. Everybody knows me. It's not hard for someone to point you in my direction if you need me.
Awesome. Good stuff.
Oh,
Good stuff. Well, everybody, that was Team Impact. As you can see, make sure you show up for them, support them. As you can see, there are 3 excellent women trying to make a change in the city of Bridgeton School District. So again, just make sure you show up at the polls. That's the best way you can show them that you support them. Re-elect to and appoint Demita for the, it's the first time? Would it be the first time on the board? So again, make sure you show up for them. And I just want to remind everybody that, listen, love is the most powerful force in the world. If that wasn't the case, I wouldn't tell you. God loves you. I love you. Everybody here loves you. But you have to love you. If you don't look in the mirror and love yourself, then it's going to be hard for you to accept love from anybody else, right? And the reason why I say love is the most powerful force in the world is because God is love, right? You can't get no more powerful than that, in my opinion and in my belief. So if we start there with God, that's the beginning of knowledge. That's the beginning of hope, joy, peace. Everything starts and originates with God. So you got to have God in your life. And that's what our community needs. In order for us to overcome gun violence, the drug epidemic, we need God. And if we lead everything with God, and again, that's where we get all the principles from, as treating other people the way you want to be treated, all centers around God. You know, there's no other place to look besides there. And again, like everybody talked here about teamwork, and that's what it takes. I'll leave you with this quote. I might be the paint, somebody else may be the brush, another person the canvas, but together we paint a beautiful picture. We all have different gifts, different talents, different backgrounds, and we all can come together to make things easier. It's just like if you learn in science about the ant. The ant is a small animal, insect, right? But when you put it in a colony, they all have a job, and they stick to that job, and they do great things. Although they're so small, they can do bigger than what outside of themselves. And that's, imagine what we can do as human beings if we come together with our gifts and our talents. We can make things easier. That's what technology is for. Technology is just simply to try to make your life a little bit easier so you don't have to do the heavy lifting. And that's what your brothers and sisters are here for. Iron sharpens iron, right? And two heads together is better than one. You know what I'm saying? And when you put 3 people together, the Bible says a 3-person cord is not easily broken. You see what I'm saying? Unity is the way that we can fix things, but we got to lead through love, grace, mercy, peace, and understanding. All right, we
Yes.
thank you for tuning in. Again, make sure you support Team Impact on Tuesday and get out and vote in general. As your right, a lot of people died for it. A lot of people wish that they could have had the right to vote, both African Americans, minorities, women. It hasn't been that long since we had to fight for our right to vote. So make sure you show your appreciation on Tuesday by getting out, exercising your vote, your right to vote. All right, and just continue to pray for our young people, pray for our community. We pray for Detective Mosley. We pray for the family of Bonnie. And again, people, we just have to stop this cycle of violence and hurting one another. We need to survive to continue to thrive and make our community a place that we'll be proud to live at. So again, we thank you for tuning in with the Catching Up with Coach show. We'll see you soon for more. Peace.
Can I add 2 cents?
Oh, you could have.
Oh.
Go ahead.
We got early voting that's going on in Bridgeton, Millville, and Vineland from now until Sunday, November the 3rd. You can vote from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. In Bridgeton, you're at the Senior Center on Babe Ruth Drive. That's up there in the park. In Millville, you can go to the Women's Club, which is 300 East Street. In Millville, in Vineland, you can go to the Powell Building, which is 26th Street. So you can go out and early vote. No excuse. Come on.
Definitely.
Your voice is your vote.
Definitely, because them lines is going to be
Yes.
long.
And make sure you have your ID. And if they give you a hard time, there is always somebody that you can contact, because I hear they're giving people a hard time about their signature, their addresses, their names. So if you have a problem, don't just give in. You fight so you can get that vote done. And if you got a problem, you call me, you come see me, you let me know. I got your back.
That's right.
And then I'll call some other people from some other counties if we need to call in, some backup. So
Exactly.
get out the vote.
What's up? See, that's why you got to go with Team Impact. Y'all.
And thank you for having us, John.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.